Hey, welcome back to the Jim Brown Show on this Wednesday afternoon. Glad you're joining me on a pretty day outside, a little hot. I'm anxious for the fall football season and cool down a bit. A number of emails came in when Michael Vick, the former quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons professional football team, got out of jail and now is playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. And a lot of you want to know what my opinion of Vick coming back in professional sports is and what I thought of his rehabilitation, if you will. Look, I think that you should forgive. We all should forgive, but I'm not sure that you reward, and that's what concerns me, not just with Vick, but with a cross-section of athletes that violate the law. It started with all the steroids that we've heard so much about, and there's been a great deal of abuse of the steroid situation in Major League Baseball. You go right down the line with the names like Bonds and Mark McGwire and Alex Rodriguez and Sammy Sosa. I can just give you a whole list. Jason Gamby right here, Gary Sheffield, the great Yankee star that I've always liked so much, all who had to cross the line and use steroids. And look, you got to there's several factors here. Number one, you got to play by the rules. And if the rules are there and you break those rules, then you get an unfair advantage, and that's wrong. It's just not right. The second concern is the example that we're showing to so many of these young kids out there. We've got not thousands, but hundreds of thousands and millions of young people who are influenced by these athletes, who are looking on them as an example and feel like, hey, if they do it and I want to be a major league star, I've got to do the same thing. I've got to take the steroids. They're very easy to get. In some mixtures, you can get them at a health food store. But it does a number of things to your body that just doesn't make sense. I've had doctor friends of mine tell me example after example of not someone who's 60 or 70, but someone who's 22 and 23. Diabetics, kidney problems, of liver problems, a whole variety of health problems is going to affect them for the rest of their lives because of the use of steroids. It's wrong. It's a terrible thing to do to your body, and it's not right to violate the rules of the game. And if you do it, you shouldn't be allowed to play the game. Now, that's just my perspective, but I feel very strongly about it. Then you go to the Michael Vick case. Now, this is not a question of steroids or just trying to maybe help himself at the expense of getting an edge. This is a guy who goes and allows and participates in a dog killing, and lots of dogs killed. Some are taken and thrown against fences and beaten to death. I mean, this is serious stuff, folks. And he should have gotten his 18 months. I think he started 18 months in jail, and now he wants to go back and start playing football again. Is it right to let that be an example? Well, look, you get out of line, you can go do your little time, and you come back and get right back into your world, just like nothing happened. There's a price you pay. Look, I know something about paying a price. I had to give up my job because there's some problems a lot of you are aware of, and I didn't like it, but that's the price I had to pay, even though I felt it was wrong. In the Vick case, again, I think you can forgive, but do you reward? And we're rewarding Michael Vick and for getting a very serious crime he committed that is a pathetic, terrible example to young men and women who aspire to be solid athletes all over the country and all over the world. I wouldn't let Michael Vick play football. I'd ban all these steroid users from the game. I think that's the example you have to set. And of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, as Dennis Miller says, who's my compadre on the radio, but I think I feel very strongly about that. If you agree or disagree, go ahead and email me. Let me know how you feel. JB@JimBrownLA.com. We'll be right back right after.